Classic League Podcast time!
Hello, and welcome to episode 352 of the Classic League Podcast. My name is Scott. I've got Kevin with me. Kevin, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Yo, it's good to be back in the podcast life after black.
Oh, wow. We both stumbled. Did you do that just to make me feel better?
Yeah, totally there for you, man.
Oh my god, your video and your sound are laggy. It's gonna trip me up.
Are they?
Oh yeah. Don't, Kevin.
So we lied last time. We're like, we'll definitely call back next week or maybe two.
It's just sometimes
we can't keep saying we're back if every podcast starts with
look. We're monthly at this point. Sometimes we're gonna get bonuses if you're lucky, and we'll get weeks here and there.
Think of it as an opposite Patreon where you get less podcasts, the less you pay.
You're welcome. It's we're probably small dose friends anyways, you know.
Yeah.
So
I'd say so. Yeah.
I'm thinking that the lag or difference is I'm still on lowly Windows 10 and you've upgraded to the mighty 11 with the taskbar in the middle.
Don't know why, don't know how, but it is different. It is super different.
It's like more rounded corners, right? And like a little more Apple-y. Is that wrong?
Yeah, it's dumb. Super dumb. There's a widgets button.
Okay. That's more mobile. Well, you're an Apple person. Out on the Android, out in the Wild West ecosystem, we've had... Oh, no, you have widgets on iOS now, right? Is that right?
Yeah. I have two start menus. Because I downloaded a shell to make it look like Windows 95. Because I like the corner start button.
Fun.
And now I have two start buttons. So I have one in the middle and one on the left. So
cool.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
I don't like anything past Windows 95 or 98. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty, no, I do not want change.
Well, it's good to see you, man. So I guess we do have some fun stuff to catch up on, hopefully, I suppose. There's been like a blizzard since we've talked last. That was pretty gnarly.
I've had like 7 blizzards. Yeah. It started snowing again today, god damn it.
Oh, really? It was in the 50s here, which would be like I don't know, maybe the mid-teens for you?
Oh, jeez.
Like jacket weather?
We haven't had that. We haven't had that in a long time.
Like, yeah.
Backyard's an ice rink.
Okay,
I'm gonna break my head every time I walk to the back.
Yeah, we most of the snow and ice is melted around us right now.
Oh, shit. I put salt down, and the salt turns to water, and then the water turns to ice. And I'm like, well, this is a never-ending fucking cycle, because it doesn't drain anywhere, because there's snow on the side. So it's just a goddamn ice rink. And then I walk across it, and it's like that scene in Jurassic Park when the window's breaking. Like, you see just the cracks around the fingers. And I'm like, well, that's satisfying, but...
I thought you were going to say Daniel Stern from Home Alone. Like, slipping on concrete.
No, I haven't done that yet, surprisingly.
So, yeah.
But it is time for our COVID update. COVID. We're opening again soon.
We have like it went through my hometown so bad, like you're either vaccinated and got it or you got it. So it's not really a thing right now where we're at. It's kind of back to where it was in the middle of last summer, so no one's really worried about it at this point. So it's kind of a nice break, but then Russia decided to start a war, so it's got everyone else a little tense at the moment. So
that was fun. The last thing I was upset about was the convoy that was happening, and I was like, those stupid truckers. And then World War III happened, and I'm like, oh. And then the truckers are still protesting. I'm like, can you guys not?
This Ukraine thing was I had done a really good job of. I hadn't even paid much attention to the convoy stuff. I was really.
Well, the convoy literally went through my neighborhood.
Oh, yeah. I guess, yeah. That's wild. That was like international news.
Yeah. And I'm like, I see people like flipping them off as they're waving at people. I'm like, we all hate you. Seriously, though, get out of here.
There was just, I just was, I don't know, those sort of opinionated kind of things. But the war one really shook me. Like, this is really scary. I can't stop watching it. Yeah.
Yeah. I went on Reddit and I found a world live update, and I just read people's like comments and stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, oh, it's 3 a.m. I should probably go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then it started dwindling a little bit off now. Because I don't want to fear dying. I just lived through 2 years of that.
Oh, sure.
I don't want to do that again. Yeah, it's scary stuff though. It sucks.
I guess it is nice seeing, at least for a short period of time, majority of folks kind of on one side of something for once.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's about a war, which fucking sucks. But
well, the funny thing is, a couple years ago, before COVID, we all thought World War III was going to start because Trump was tweeting nonsense.
Yeah,
and like a plane got shot down, and he like killed a military person, and we're just like, oh. Yeah. And now it's happening. At least Kobe Bryant can't die twice. Like, that was a weird month. A lot of things happened that month.
Just the world's been just really strange lately overall. Yeah. So, but there is a lot of video game stuff to talk about. So since we're a video game podcast, we'll get to that. Before we get to video game stuff, though, any movies, media, cool. I got a house project I want to talk about. So any.
Well, I can say, and you're going to be proud of me, I've been off Facebook, Instagram, Twitter for about 3 to 4 weeks now. I don't remember. I lost count. Still off.
Wow, that was like 2 weeks ago.
I have not checked anything once. So Damez, I love you. You're the only reason why I still had Twitter, because him and I would like DM each other about Binding of Isaac and just shooting the shit. I'm not ignoring you. I just haven't checked anything. And of course, I decided to do that when World War III is on the when I want to go on Twitter and like read shit.
You're smart to just go to Reddit. You're getting the same thing,
right? This way, I don't want to.
Or Twitter is garbage for updates on the war, anyways. Because you ever notice how on Twitter, when something is trending, you click on it and it's just people asking why it's trending. It never actually fucking tells you what's going on.
It's just what people press. I argue with a lot of people, and I've been away from that. So, and my Facebook. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh yeah. So, how you feeling about it?
I feel great. You like it? The only thing that's weird is like now if I'm watching a show or playing a game and I want to like share this, and I'm like, no, you don't share it.
I might be like,
I do.
What? Well, not that much. Then you must be just sitting in a hole.
Yeah, there's a lot of like the Cuphead show came out, which we'll talk about later, and I was like, I want to tweet about this, but I'm like, no, I'm not using Twitter. Like, I'm still on there, but I haven't done anything with it.
Here, I got an idea.
Huh?
It's an idea.
Okay.
What if you just use the Classic Elite account? So,
I was thinking about that.
So if you want to tweet like a video game, something or opinion or whatever,
but I don't want to use it at all. That's the.
I know. That's right? A bad idea. Like it's like back in the '60s when they'd be like, "Oh, I just don't drink liquor anymore." It's a raging alcoholic. Oh, you just drink beer now.
Right, and I mean, like I'll probably go back eventually, but I thought I'd miss it after a week. I thought I'd be like, I'm gonna get my Facebook fixed, but I'm like, I don't care, and I feel great. I'm not on my phone nearly as much as I used to be. Like I see my wife like constantly on it, right? Like when we're watching a show together, she's just flipping through Facebook and Instagram and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm better than you. But it's weird because like I'm not posting anything on Instagram. Like my Instagram account just basically became Hannah, like just photos of her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, click. I guess I'll just keep this for myself then. Like I'm not sharing anything. And
sure.
I don't know. It feels good. And it's not like I had like a huge Twitter follower and like Damaz is really who I spoke to on Twitter. But even like Facebook was kind of annoying me. Like I saw like people posting like political, like especially with the fucking convoys. That's kind of what did it for me.
When I was like, oh, enough, like,
because I'm like, you're at the convoy protest too. You work from home. Like, what do you care? And you're unemployed. What do you care? Like, and you're vaccinated. Like, and I was like, I can't look at this. I'm done. And I just like shut off Facebook and shut up and Instagram went with that. And I'm like, fuck Twitter too.
Sure.
And no, I feel really good. And cool. I think everyone should do this once in a while. Just like, and don't like make it like a.
Who are you gonna fucking tell? You're not on social media.
Like I hate when people do that. Like I'm leaving for like a week and all that.
Oh yeah.
But the only thing that sucks is I would like to delete my Facebook account. Like just that would stop me from wanting to go back because I have like 12 years on that thing, right? But now my Oculus Quest is tied to the goddamn account. So I was like, stupid. I wish I knew that when I
made like a Kevin Gaming Facebook.
Yeah, but no, all my games are tied to this account.
That's what I mean. Like, it's too bad. Like, you didn't know.
Right, ahead of time. So I would have like made like a fake QAnon account or something.
You know what? I don't even know what that is. I'm so proud of myself. Cool. I hear it referenced in like a real snide way, and I'm like, no, I'm not even going to go down the rabbit hole. I'm so fucking proud. If someone asked me, like, gun to my head, what is it? I'd be like, I guess I'm dying. I don't fucking know. I know it's a political thing. I know it's controversial. No fucking idea.
That's good. That's how I feel with celebrities. I don't know any celebrity gossip.
Right? I'm so happy about, but then stuff sucks you back in. But I'm happy for you, man. I was always worried about how frustrated you were,
especially when I get drunk.
For large parts of your day, you were just arguing, and I was like, "Oh, Kevin."
Especially when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Really bad. But yeah, so it's been like 3 or 4 weeks. I don't remember, and I feel great. So I recommend everyone do it once in a while.
Cool.
Hard because I'm like, oh sweet, we're gonna record tonight. I'm gonna go on Instagram. Fuck, I'm gonna go on. Right. Like, normally I put like we're recording today or whatever.
Yeah. Which I didn't do. Who cares?
But I did watch a show called All of Us Are Dead, and I recommend everyone watch that show.
Okay.
It is a Korean zombie show.
Sounds cool.
And it's fun. So, watch it. And my wife liked it, which I was surprised. So she's watching it, and there's like a fight scene, and she's like, oh, that was amazing. I'm like, that's fucking Marvel movies. That's what I've been trying to tell you. Like, if you enjoyed that scene, imagine a whole 2 hours of that. Like, but it's cool because it's like a Korean show where zombies start off in the high school, which I've never seen before.
Okay.
And in this world, zombies exist. So it's not like, what do we do? What are these things? They're like, oh my God, it's fucking zombies. Shoot them in the head. Like, they know what it is. And it's funny because they're like, oh, first COVID, now this. And I'm like, that's what I'm saying. Remember I had the whole zombie with the COVID mask?
Yeah.
So it's cool. Like, they're like, we just got over a pandemic. Now we had to deal with this pandemic. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
I like that too.
It's fun. It's like 12 episodes an hour each. After Squid Game, I'm like, give me more of this crazy Korean, like, nonsense craziness.
Cool.
And but yeah, so that's basically the only show I've been watching.
I've watched. And because we were talking on WeChat or WhatsApp, I forget which one we used.
WeChat is no longer part of the Nintendo services, so it was WhatsApp.
Okay.
WeChat.
Yeah, it's like it's the one that they use in China. I got.
Oh no, I was making a joke because of Nintendo.
Oh no! It's like so. My buddy that lives in Beijing. I have to use WeChat with him and WhatsApp with you.
Gotcha.
Because America is way behind, so we use SMS apps.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. But I wanted to save the discussion I wanted to have with you about He-Man for the show, because the He-Man Revelations, especially Season 2, I would, not for yourself, I would like you to try to watch it with Hannah, actually.
Okay. We saw the commercials for the toy lineup.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, what's He-Man? I'm like, it's an old toy that they brought back that I used to play and hated, but watched anyways.
So, like, I liked it. I liked the action figures, but I didn't remember any of the lore. I remember watching the cartoon, but not, like, absorbing the cartoon. Just
right. That's how I watched. Like I said, with Ghostbusters with a monkey, I watched it, but I wasn't like, I can't name a single one of them.
Yeah, like some people that know like all the G.I. Joes, like I didn't remember that. I remember them. I remember the toys and all that. So, but of course, there were people that were frustrated with what Kevin Smith did. There was a
huge controversy behind it,
which I didn't know about. But it was done. It's a really clever twist. It just focused on the female characters, but it was not for the sake of it's He-Man, but girls. It wasn't that at all. It was
they were complaining after like episode 3. I'm like, keep watching the show. Like, obviously,
they did a really neat, and then like it is a very. All the characters have good motivations. Like, you totally buy what's going in. There's funny. Skeletor is always hilarious. He's just
Does he still talk like this?
Of course he does.
Oh, good.
It's awesome.
Come on, He-Man.
But I would
see. I know he talks like that, and I only watched I watched as a kid, but it never. But that's an iconic voice, right?
It is, and Skeletor memes are awesome. Like those have been around too. Yeah. But because the character motivations are really good, there were scenarios that would come up where you're, like an anime where you're like, how are they going to get out of this one? Like, they're screwed. He's too powerful now. They're fucked. Like, they do that in a really good manner, and a variety of characters, I don't know, have their time to shine, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I really...
Weird little wizard thing still in it? That looks like a black mage.
He's in it, yes. I should know his name, and I'm mad that...
Is it like Oculus or Oscilla? Cypher? Siren?
Maybe it'll come to us by the end of the show.
Yeah.
It begins with an O, I believe. Or maybe you can look it up. I don't know. But it's just one of those shows where I think it actually helps that you and I give zero fucks about He-Man.
Yeah.
The colors are beautiful. It's really well animated. It's what I think I watched when I think about watching that show.
When you're like, yeah, because as a kid, you're like, whatever, it's a cartoon. It looks good. Like,
yeah,
when you watch it now, you're like, oh god, it's the same animation of I have the power.
Yeah, and they even have
Orko.
Orko, yes, Orko. Yes, thank you. Nice.
Holy shit! How the hell?
Well done. Well done. They even have a little twist in season 2 on the power. That's awesome. And,
oh really?
Yeah.
They made a She-Ra one as well, right?
Yes, I haven't watched that.
Okay.
I don't know, man. If you're bored and you're looking for something to watch with Hannah, try it. Just give it a try. They're also short episodes, and I fucking love it. I think it's a fantastic. It's not
really okay.
It surprised me how much I liked it the way that Castlevania surprised me. Not that it's dark like Castlevania. It's just good, I thought.
So it's the opposite of the new Thundercats cartoon, because I saw there was a Thundercats cartoon and it looked like, remember Eagle Raptor, like the old animation back in the day? Yeah. It was that kind of style and humor that I thought it was created by
I know what
Eagle
you're talking
Raptor.
about. Yeah, there was
and I was like, that's not Thundercats is pretty like serious
in a very Cartoon Networky sort of. There was a Thundercats in like when we first started our podcast. In like 2011, there was a different one where they were like teens, but it was more cool animation.
Yeah.
That was better, or more like it was a prequel of the original, but more cool or whatever. Not kiddie. I know what you're talking about. It was like It was like a Cartoon Network.
Yeah, and
Powerpuff
it's
Girls
like
type of animation.
yeah, and all the cartoons now I've noticed look like Steven Universe. They all have the exact same.
There's like a style
animation.
Yeah,
that's a name. There's a style for that. But I'm like, all these shows like OKKO, Steven Universe, The Amazing World of Gumball, all have the exact same style. Like the whole like over exaggerated eyes, which I don't mind. But now when they're all the same, then you take away the uniqueness.
It's it's really weird when that's applied to something that's really old or whatever.
I was like, oh, that's weird. But I thought Eagle Raptor worked on it because it looked just like his style. That's what his style was. I know exactly
what you're talking about.
Yeah. Gear. God, that was so funny.
But I watched, his sequelitis stuff was also just awesome. I watched and really enjoyed that. I started watching The Witcher. I like The Witcher. For some reason, I just keep falling off of season 2. It's a cool show. I just need to power through and watch the rest of it. But the real thing that we watched, let's just jump into Cuphead.
Cuphead, yes. Wow, I was like, where the hell are you going with this? I wonder what it is. Yes, Cuphead. I've only watched the first 4 episodes.
Oh, I've got through all 12.
Oh, did you? Yeah, because we're trying to, because it's short. They're like 15-minute shorts, right?
It's like 12. I think that technically it's like 15 minutes, but there's like a lot of credits.
Yeah.
So there may be like 10 or 12 minute episodes.
It's great.
Great. I think it's great.
They did the film grain, which is what I was concerned that they wouldn't do. They added a little bit, like it's not like overwhelming, but it looks good. The last episode we watched was the one with the baby bottle.
Okay,
and it's like mama, it's just like frowns, and I was telling Hannah, I'm like, this is like Felix the cat. This is exactly
it feels
like Felix the cat.
Yeah, and I like how episode to episode there are personality traits and tendencies of the Kettle, Mugman, and Cuphead. But
and it doesn't follow the game. It seems it's just kind of its own thing.
It is its own thing, which I love. Yeah. And I had this thought. I'm like, you know what? If this cartoon existed beforehand, this is what the cartoon would be, and they would just make a run and gun platformer.
Right.
So it makes absolute perfect sense that they didn't try to shove too much of the game into a TV show. It just. They're the more you watch, the more they're not Easter eggs, but the game is referenced. Sometimes little music bits will come up, but you'll see characters and bosses and stuff become more prevalent as characters in certain episodes. And
it sucks. I went to go look at here's the problem with IMDb. I'm like, who does the voice of Cuphead and Mug? Because their voices sound familiar. And then I'm like, oh, the devil only appears for one episode? God damn it, I shouldn't see that. Like, he was only in the first episode.
Who?
For the soul thing. The devil?
Spoil, I don't get your surprise? He's in more than one episode, so you're lucky.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, IMDb lied to me.
Keep
and
watching.
I like that, like, and I was telling Hannah, I'm like, look at Cuphead's clothes. What does it look like to you? She's like, Mickey Mouse? I'm like, yeah, right?
Especially like his shoes and stuff.
Yeah, and like his voice, I don't know if they made this intentional, but he has that Boston accent, like Bugs Bunny.
Oh.
Like, I don't know if they meant that, but yeah, it's
probably
because you notice he has a little bit of like Seattle,
yeah,
like,
kind
of.
Yeah, what do you do, wise guy? You wise guy.
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, we're terrible at this. We should be voice actors. Give me a Boston accent. Come on, God, Seattle.
Where's your coffee?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just really impressed with Cuphead. There's all the charm I was hoping that I would see in it.
It's funny because I completely forgot that was happening. We spoke about this like a year ago or whatever about the Cuphead show.
I know my buddy Sasha. She has slowly but surely been chipping away at Cuphead on the Switch for a long time.
Oh, that was the first game I got on.
And she was like, "Oh my god, did you see that that it came out on Switch? Or I mean on Netflix? There's a cartoon."
Oh, okay.
And I was like,
yeah.
"I've been waiting for this cartoon for years, but there was no build-up hype, right? Like that's I think what we were talking about. Is it
like
just
they announced it and it's silence?
It was finally when it dropped. It's like, oh fuck, that's this week, huh? All right."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I ended up better because you're not like counting down, right? You just kind of forgot about it until it shows up,
and then it was just a nice treat, you know.
Yeah, and it's not like flash animation, like I hate. It's like nice. It looks good. The animation.
Yeah, they nailed it. Like it's got the charm. I like the character. I love the voice acting. It's got me hyped for the DLC.
Right, which took me a long time to realize that the island's name is DLC, like abbreviated. It's like dessert, liquor, chocolate, or something like that. Yeah. I'm like, oh, DLC Island, gotcha. And I downloaded Cuphead again on the Switch, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back to you because you're the first game I bought on the Switch and beat right away.
It has me hoping that I think it comes out in May or June, like DLC. I think June.
Oh, I'm gonna buy that in a heartbeat.
I'm hoping I'll get lucky enough that like my Steam Deck pre-order comes in like at that same time. It just feels like the perfect. Because I played it on PC. One of the playthroughs I did. Just feels appropriate to.
I remember before I had the Switch, I had it on PC, but my laptop couldn't run it. Yeah. It was just like a pain in the ass. I'm like, I can't play Cuphead.
No, it's got to hit
so precise with it.
It's got to hit that solid 60 frames a second.
Yeah. But I'm glad it's out. I gotta watch it more with my daughter. Even my wife was enjoying it. She was like laughing at some of the jokes, and I'm like, "Wow,
it's cute.
Cuphead's good."
It's just I love when an idiot, like what an asshole idiot Cuphead is, and like what an
like Bugs Bunny. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, what an adorable, gullible, sweet little brother Mugman is. I don't know. It nails
like
it.
we laughed so hard at two things. It was the Baby Bottle episode when Kettle, what's his name, Kettle Man, I guess.
I think I'm calling him the Kettle. He's like the old Kettle. It's something
Yeah,
Kettle.
and when he's like, I'm leaving, no fighting, and closes the door, and they just look at each other and just start pounding
Yeah,
each other
just
for absolutely no reason. We laughed at that because I'm like, the one thing he said not to do, they did. And then the baby, who's like, "Mama," and it was all upset and like just frowned like crazy. It was great. It was awesome. I look forward to seeing the rest of it.
The ending of that episode, the baby episode, was really fucking funny.
Yeah, everyone watch it. I don't want to ruin it.
I don't want to ruin that joke either.
Right.
So, yeah. So I guess that's what we've been watching. So, one thing, I guess, making progress in that secret door that I've talked about before.
Yes.
So, I don't know. Did that video come through? Did I send
it? Did, yes.
Okay. So, now what I'm working on is I'm starting to acquire little bits of things that will let me do that, like automated opening. So, you know how commercial doors will have those magnets that lock doors into place?
Yeah.
So I've got this magnet system that I want to hook up to this little Wi-Fi board that'll allow me to like send on-off
awesome.
signals to it.
Yeah.
So in theory, I can turn it into a smart switch. So I get it say, hey Schmoogle, open sesame or something like that, and that should send a ping to open it to disengage the magnet, which should then let it swing open with gravity or whatever. Some of the very beginning stages, and I don't know any code. I haven't literally written any code since like doing little web tables on in high school on like a web page. But I understand the basics of it, and there are repositories of that stuff. But I don't need to code. I just need to find the code that I can copy and paste onto stuff.
Right.
And I've flashed firmware on a tablet, so I'm comfortable with doing some of this. And the little Wi-Fi board I have has different pinouts, so I can connect and solder different types of switches onto it. So I should be able to attach other modules. And the only reason I'm going with this right now instead of like a Raspberry Pi is Raspberry Pis are ridiculously expensive right now because of the chip shortages and everything. Yeah. Otherwise, I would be going at just like that kind of a solution to be the brains of the operation. But it's fun. Like right now, I have it decorated, right? So I do you know this like double-sided tape called nano tape?
No, but I am aware of double-sided tape.
It's like rubber cement but tape.
Okay.
So it's cool. It works great. I've got
all those things taped on the shelves.
Pretty much. So, but they all look like they would fall over if you push it open, but they don't. So it kind of adds to the illusion. And one other thing I added is the plants in my house, like the one behind me there, they're all real. I water my plants in the house, except the plants that are on that door are fake. And in my mind, that's a clue that something's off right there. But it's nice just because it looks so much nicer to have a bookshelf there instead of a plain white indoor door. So I don't know. It's exciting. It's something I said I would do almost a year ago, and it's kind of coming to fruition, which is a lot of fun.
I've been starting my own dumb project as well. Give me a second. I'll show you it quickly.
Yes. So while we're waiting, and now that Kevin's got a mansion, he upgraded from. He didn't get me to hear me say that.
So I started framing.
Oh, that looks sweet! Yes.
Right? So I started framing them to put in my game room.
Yeah.
I did the Mario ones earlier last year. Now I'm going to put that from my garage in my game room. Here's the second Metroid poster. It's holographic, so
it looks awesome.
And so that's my new thing.
When you throw it into a frame, all of a sudden it doesn't look.
And I bought these frames from IKEA, and they're like brown background. So I bought a Bristol board and like measured it, and like put that as a background. And then I made sure like it was equal in the middle. Like measured that too.
It looks good.
I'm like, I don't do this for anything.
You did that matting yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks good. It looks really good, man. Nice job.
So like any poster I have that's video game related, like I have a Stardew Valley like map, like taped to the ceiling. I'm like, nah, you got to get framed. Like, I
want
want
to know. Don't do this, but you want to know what would make it look like it was really worth, like it was a super collector's item. If on the matting, if in some pencil,
put in a number.
Yeah, if you just write like 25 of 500.
Yeah,
it would just look like.
Well, I was looking for the Metroid poster size because I'm like, it's not like 11 by. It's a weird size, right? Sure. And I went on eBay and people were selling it for like $50. I'm like, I got it for free, son. I just had to pay for shipping.
Well, then like, all the more reason to have it like framed and like hung up. Like that's awesome. Yeah, sweet.
So I'm very proud of my little.
When your earbud was off and you were grabbing it, I'm like, yeah, it's got all these projects now. He upgraded to a mansion.
Oh yeah. Ho, 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 ho! No, seriously though, it's nice.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say actually he took that back. We have to move everything out. The landlord sold the upstairs.
No, thank God now. Everything's done.
Cool. Well, we want to talk about since we've recorded last, a lot of video games have released. Some monster video games have released. We've had 3 enormous releases have come out. That I know of, but I mean, we can pull up the Metacritic of what came out this last week, but we've had some gigundo games.
We can talk about the other ones. I think I know 2 of them that you're talking about. So, do you want to go through the old games that came out first?
Yeah. I guess the one that's not on this list, I don't think. Horizon Forbidden West came out. I don't think it'll be on this. That was one of the gigundos I was talking about.
So, have you played the original one?
I did.
I said that weirdly.
I reinstalled it. Because the hype was getting me. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. I'm dying for a new PS5 game. I'll get to kind of, I guess I'll tell it in a bit, but I was really looking for something. And reinstalled 4 to get ready for reinstalled the PS4 one, Horizon Zero Dawn, and immediately it was like, oh yeah, a lot of looting, a lot of crad. Nope, I'm out. Not in the mood. And didn't buy Forbidden West, but really enjoyed people talking about it. Listened to a lot of podcasts that discussed it. Watched some videos about it.
And my buddy got this game, the original one, Zero Dawn, years back, and I played it. And I did what you did. Like, I like the concept. It's like technology, but it
felt good. Oh, beautiful. I love future, prehistory, but future. I love that idea.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like you're building fire with 2 sticks, but there's a giant robot like wolf after you, right?
It's like, that's awesome. Everyone's skeptical of tech. It's so cool.
And she finds like a Bluetooth piece, and it goes to your speaker on your controller. And I'm like, that's cool. And then the game started. And I'm like, okay, it's open world, pretty cool. Hi, can you find me 12? No, I'm not doing that. Sorry. I did like maybe 3 missions, and I was like, I don't like the whole go over here, grab that, come back, like you said. Like, it's all fetch quests that it felt.
Well, and maybe like a lot of crafting items, collecting stuff. Like my inventory was full. It came out like right when Breath of the Wild came out, and I immediately stopped playing and played Breath of the Wild, which I couldn't finish that either. Someday I'm gonna finish that game though. I
finished it twice.
I'm mad at myself for giving up on that.
And my buddy bought the new one, whatever the new one's called, for Horizon
Forbidden West.
Forbidden West. So he bought it, and our PlayStation counts are tied. So anytime I buy a game, I send him a message. Congratulations, you now own this. So he sent me a message, which rarely happens. Last time he did that was when his son accidentally bought The Last of Us 2. Okay. And he doesn't even like scary games. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I got a free game. So he sent me that message, and I'm like, I gotta play the first one, and I never got around to it. So, but yeah, I have both of them. So I have zero desire to play them, but I like the concept behind it.
Yeah. I also like. I think Aloy is a really cool character. Like, I think she's really badass.
Is it Alloy or Aloy?
I always said Aloy.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Probably is Alloy because it's like a metal, right?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
But I always in my head I knew an Aloy, even though he pronounced it he spelled it with an E.
Alloy. Oh, Aloy.
He was Spanish though. He was from Spain.
Hello. He rolls his R's for a Y. Hello.
He was an A+ person. I loved that dude. He was a blast.
Just said Elroy.
Yeah.
Just changing his name
Yeah,
constantly.
Right. But I think that the people that wanted more of Zero Dawn, it sounds like they got more of it and bigger and
prettier.
Yeah. I've heard some people
maybe we should go back.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I said maybe I should give it another shot.
Yeah, I think you should. It is good. I think I would be better off maybe just watching all 6 hours of cutscenes on YouTube. It's a really great concept. The beginning of the game had an awesome story. Like, they make you care about that character in a really great way.
So, I didn't get that far.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people love it. But that was one of the big ones, and that's not going to be on our Metacritic list right now.
So the other two are
Gran Turismo 7. I'm
still waiting for Gran Turismo 5.
I think that comes out in 2 days from now. We're recording this on March 2nd, so by the time
why did they bother since Forza's out? I'm like, do they actually do the cars get wrecked? I forget if they do or don't anymore.
I don't know.
The original ones didn't. Remember, you like hit a wall as hard as you can, not a single scratch on it.
I don't.
You don't remember that? Yeah, that's why I hated it.
I never played Gran Turismo. Well, that's not true. I technically did, but it was a little bit. My friends got it in college, like when it was probably 2, or it was for the PlayStation 2. They were excited about it.
I like racing games, which is weird, but I remember playing Gran Turismo on PlayStation Demo Disc Volume 8, and it was one track, and then you could fuck around with the replay settings, like rewind, go on this camera angle, and that's what we did for hours on that demo disc. It's a good disc.
Good old demo discs.
That is the end of that story.
But Gran Turismo is getting good reviews. Digital Foundry had a tech review that I was watching before we started recording, and they were complimentary of the technical prowess of the game. So that seemed pretty cool. Elden Ring is the big one, but I'm going to look to see if there's any others that are getting my attention. There's a very Japanesey looking game that I don't know how to pronounce. Atelier Sophie 2? How would you guess that?
Atelier Sophie.
The Alchemist of Mysterious Dream. That's getting really high marks.
It looks anime to me.
Oh, King of Fighters 15.
Damn.
That's a high fucking number.
It is.
Getting high marks. Very cool for PlayStation 4.
Martha that looks interesting.
Infernax, don't know what that is. It's an adventure, or in this adventure, there's a knight who returns to his homeland only to find out. I don't know.
That is plagued with unholy magic.
I'm reading that. I was trying to look at the genre. It's an M-rated game. It's an action-adventure open world. But it's getting an 83. It's got a high Metacritic score. That's pretty
good. Yeah.
Martha is Dead. That's an interesting name. Batman and Superman would have a hard time playing that one, I bet.
God, that movie sucked.
Mousecraft. What a weird name of a game for Xbox One.
That's
Mousecraft.
old. Mousecraft. I have that on something. I think so. It's like a Lemmings game. Paparazzi. That's cute. Gotta take photos of puppies.
That Alchemist of the Mysterious Dream is also on Switch.
Never Alone is a good game. On the it's the Arctic Collection. I've only played Never Alone 1 on the Wii U, I think. Okay. It's a nice little platformer. I mean, I'm not gonna write a book about it, but it was good.
Platinum Games has a new game out called it's an action shooter shoot 'em up game, vertical, called Soul Cresta. So that's scoring well. Yeah.
Let's talk about the big one.
Yeah, I think Elden Ring is obviously the biggest one. Currently sitting at a staggering 97 on Metacritic.
So you messaged me, my buddy Kyle messaged me, and my brother-in-law also messaged me, hey Kevin, Elden Ring looks amazing. And I still have no idea what this game is or what it looks like. I'm going to Google that, and then I ate my face.
I don't know what it is either. I bought it. The hype got me. This is my first time really giving a a From Software game a chance. So this game checks a ton of boxes that I hate in video games. Open world, I don't care for. Punishing deaths. Unless it's like a 2D, like Contra, like blah, 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 you know.
Yeah.
But if it's 3D, I don't care for punishment that much. So there's no easy mode for me. And for the last year and a half, 2 years, I've put everything on easy mode if they would let me. Not story, but not... I'd always take it down one if I could. But I don't know, man. Something was pulling me in.
That's the same guys who made like Bloodborne and all that, right?
Yes. Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, King's
I like
Field.
Bloodborne. But then I fell out of it, and then I can't. It's hard to go back.
There was that game I liked last year called Kenna and the Spirits Within or something like that.
Yeah, the Pixar looking one.
Yeah, and remember I was like, the only thing I don't really care for is it's got the like Dark Souls kind of combat.
And this thing will probably have that too.
So that's all. This is hardcore. There's crafting. I got to collect crap. It's brutally so far, man. I like it. I don't know. There is some controversy though. Slight, like who cares, right?
Yeah.
But I heard that there's some skepticism on this extremely high score, with reviewers not getting to the end and still reviewing it very highly. Like reviewing it on
to make it to the end.
So, but
that's always been my theory.
Correct, and I do agree with that, especially in certain circumstances. But it was more of other games are rated in their entirety more so. In this one, it was the first impression was really good, so it was given like a good first impression.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you what to do. Remember, I like to say like, tell me where I want it. Tell me where the goal is. It doesn't do any of that. There's no markers. It doesn't tell you.
Why are you playing this?
There's no. I don't know. Mostly because like it's kind of a go at your own pace. So the one thing that I did keep hearing was, if you run into a place that's too hard, run away and try to go to another area and just keep chipping away at stuff until you like level up and eventually you'll find stuff. And
Phoenix Souls or Dark Souls,
right? So I'm going in with that kind of an attitude. I keep dying like crazy. I suck so bad at these games, especially this one. But it's not bothering me that much that I'm terrible. I keep trusting that. Okay, just kind of keep plugging away.
See, the thing I hate about those games, I don't mind dying. It's the going back
to get your crap.
Yeah, no, not only that, going back to where I like in Bloodborne, if you die at the boss, you start at the beginning, and you got to go through all that crap again. To get back to the boss.
And that's what this. Yeah, I mean, of course.
And I hate that. It's like, just start me at the boss. Let me just start again. Why do I have to fight these 30 guys again? Like, I hate that. I hate it so much.
It's what this is, man.
I know. I just can't stand the trek. I can't stand the repetitiveness of it.
And maybe at some point I will hit that and agree with you, but right now it's.
Hey man,
it's so new, right? I'm shocked, but it's given me a really good first impression, and it feels like
falling in love for the first time.
No, no, it feels like something I found that I can pick up and like play for a half hour, and if I have a successful little run, I do, and if I don't, I don't.
Like Binding of Isaac.
A lot like Binding of Isaac, yes. Like, I mean, I think that's a really good analogy for where my head is at with the game. 97, man. Other than that,
are you playing this on what, PS5?
Yeah, so that's another thing is, it sounds like it runs way better on the PS5 than it does on the Xbox Series X.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. It's just, that's what the reports are, so that's the platform I chose it on. And my PC won't run it like the PS5 will, I don't think. My PC is very old now, so I don't even want to try it.
It's funny, I was listening to our older shows, and you were talking about how you're talking about a PS5, you're like, I'll never get my hands on one of those. And I'm like, that's cute, because he already has one.
I got one. Got lucky.
But yeah, it's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. You think you're gonna keep chipping away at it, or you think you're gonna get to a point where you're like, fuck it? Is there a story? Is this just
but it doesn't like
Dark Souls. Like here's
you have to talk to people that you've run into.
Yeah.
To piece it together yourself, the story.
So it just sounds like another Bloodborne, like something new. But
it is
the same
just
concept.
It's open world instead of more narrow paths.
Oh, I always felt Bloodborne was open world, so maybe that's just like there's always a hub that you start at. It's narrow until you open up the gates, and then you can open.
I guess more open. I don't know.
Open world.
I don't
know. Open world.
Open. Yeah. Like how, open squared. I'm totally gonna. I would love to someday see credits in this.
That'd be amazing. I'd be very happy for you.
Me too. That'd be wild. I doubt it. But do I think I'll feel like I got $60 or whatever of wind down time over the next year out of just chipping away at it? Yeah, probably. Nice. I'm trying to stay away from people talking about it too much right now. Until I hit walls. I really want to see how far I can get blindly, like, because I'm really blind. I don't know the tendencies of Bloodborne or Dark Souls. I just don't know the From Software tropes, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
because everything you've said so far sounds like every other game they make.
Yes,
so.
but I'm not experienced with them. I just know of them. So I want to see, like, as a complete noob, how well I can do just on my own. And then eventually, I know I'll get to the point where the magic will have gone away, and I'll be like, okay, I want to get a little bit more efficient. Like, give me some tips, give me some tricks. Like,
yeah,
I just want to get a little bit better. Give me some more knowledge, internet, please. Thanks. So, yeah, I mean, but 97, that's pretty wild. It's not like you see that very often.
No.
So it doesn't sound like if it would get your attention to play.
No. Bloodborne was the closest I got to one of those games, and after repeatedly dying to a giant spider, I was like, "I'm good, son. I'll come back to you later."
They just
brought
5
up
years ago a big spider with. I think I ran into a princess that was like sitting by a campfire. George R. Martin, the guy from Game of Thrones, is he helped build the lore.
No, he should probably finish that book before he does any other projects. I have no idea what I'm talking about. This is what people say.
You're not wrong.
I know. I'm never wrong.
HBO already wrote the book for him. It's perfect.
Basically, yeah.
He's not going to do any better than HBO, so...
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the game. That's great.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome.
It's an impulse buy. So, cool. Well, Kevin, you ready to talk? Oh, no, we still got PlayStation Plus games.
Oh, that's part of the news.
Well, let's talk about what's in the news.
Did I time that right? No?
I think you did. I don't think I did. So, my bad.
All right. This month's PlayStation Plus releases for March of 2022 is a game called Ark Survival Evolved. Ever heard of that game?
Yes.
Is it good?
I don't know. It's on Game Pass. I never tried it.
Team Sonic Racing, which is actually really cool, but it's
I think
super
I'm going to
old.
start to interrupt. I think I'm going to start. I bought one of those European, maybe Swedish or Switzerland or whatever. Have you seen those office chairs with no back where you sit on your knees?
No, that sounds horrible. That sounds like I'm a
It's
church.
awesome. And I think I'm going to start podcasting in that. I can't sit still in that. I keep fucking moving around in this thing.
If I move too much on this chair, I will fall because it is broken.
Okay.
So
yeah, I don't know what this is. It is a game that is marked as enhanced for Series X. That's what I do know about it.
All right. Team Sonic Racing, which is a great game.
Good game.
I reviewed it for PS3. I got a review copy from Sega, and the game instantly got a 10 because they had Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph in it.
Oh, I think I put it in.
And they had the music from Outrun in it. It was a good game. Very good Sonic love in that. And a game called Ghost Runner.
I don't know that game.
Oh, Ghost Runner. That's only for PS5.
Oh, yes. Go get that.
So, and the PlayStation bonus game is Ghost of Tsushima Legends.
That's cool.
Isn't that new game that was like good? Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
That
wasn't a From Software game though. What? No, that was Sakurai.
That's something you.
Yeah.
Ghost
of Tsushima was it was a highly rated game though.
Yeah. So you get that bonus game. And you can't talk about PlayStation Plus games without talking about games with gold. So for March 1st to March 31st, it's a game called The Flame and the Flood. The Flame and the Flood. And then for March 16 to April 15, Street Power Soccer. Wow. Street Power Soccer.
Wow, Kevin. This list.
And then for March 1st, for March 15, the 360 game is a game called Sacred 2 Fallen Angel. Sacred 2. And March 16 to March 31st, SpongeBob, not an action platforming game, Truth or Square. I'm only imagining that this is a trivia game.
I accidentally clicked on the YouTube ad, so that's what that little chime was for the audio listeners out there.
SpongeBob must use Plankton's memory machine to retrace the happiest moments of his life and find the formula.
There are 4,000 gamer score points available this month, and there's a retail value of $90 in these games, it says.
Yep. You know what I have to say about those games? Nah.
Okay.
That's my SpongeBob.
Oh,
that's my SpongeBob laugh. Patrick.
I don't think I've ever watched SpongeBob before.
Oh.
I think I've only ever gotten it from internet memes.
Yes. No one cares. Rainbow. I didn't say I don't care what you're saying. I'm just saying that's an internet meme I've seen before. Hey, guess what?
Oh, wait a minute.
Ooh, what?
Wait a minute.
What happened? What are we doing? What is going on in Scotty's brain right now? I don't know, because he's not saying anything.
I know. Well, hold on a second.
Holding on some more. Wait a little bit longer. He's tilting his head like a dog who heard its name.
Yeah, I am. I scrolled down to the bottom.
Yeah.
And there's games with gold underneath. Mm-hmm. And they're March.
Mm-hmm.
And they're different titles.
Mm-hmm.
But they're games we've seen before. Sonic Generations, Castlevania 2, Shantae.
I think it's saying that they've had those ones before. I don't know. If I were to open that window again, my computer would probably blow up.
Yeah.
What am I, a journalist?
8 games?
No, there's always 4.
That's what I thought. I don't know. Who cares?
I scrolled down to the bottom. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's for games with gold. What the hell is gamer score? What is that?
It's like if you were to platinum those games, so the equivalent, like trophy points.
Oh, I don't know.
You should
I have no idea.
Isn't this weird?
Oh, that's March 2020. 2020.
Oh, 2020. Weird. Thanks for recommending that article. Fucking Microsoft.com.
Website that is. Hey, you know what's missing on the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S with visual enhancements later this year?
No, what?
Resident Evil 2, 3, and 7. Don't you wish you had those 3 games on PS5 and Xbox Series XS with visual enhancements later this year?
Yeah. Ooh.
Guess what?
Well, go ahead.
Later this year, you're going to get Resident Evil 2, 3, and 7 to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S with visual enhancements. When? Later this year. And those who are really currently own these games on PS4 and Xbox One will be getting it as a digital upgrade at no additional cost.
Nice. Dude, I just clicked on the coming soon to Game Pass and I got excited.
We will talk about that after I talk about Resident Evil 2, 3, and 7.
Sorry.
That is coming later this year.
I thought you were done. Sorry.
No, I'm just fucking around because I completely forgot about the coming soon to Game Pass. So I am wrong. What games are coming soon to Game Pass?
Well, only one that I'm excited about.
All right.
The Guardians of the Galaxy, that new game.
Yeah.
I wanted to try it. I guess it was. I heard it wasn't selling that well.
I haven't heard anything about it, to be honest. Kind of heard it was like,
I heard Kentucky Route Zero is awesome.
Yeah, that's a game that I have on the iPhone, but I'm too scared to play. Lawn mowing simulator is coming out too.
I've also heard that it's popular, like quite popular. Mowing. The flight simulator for streaming, that's pretty neat because that's a beast of a game.
Yeah, is that Lightning Returns? Final Fantasy 13? My God. Have I? Never mind. Have I ever showed you? Hold on for a second. Speaking of Final Fantasy 13, give me 1 second. Stop yelling at me.
I'm not. I remember co-host Tony was really into Final Fantasy 13. I want to say that was the first JRPG he ever finished all the way.
I can't remember if that was the first JRPG that I finished all the way. No. I don't remember if I showed you my comic book that I made when I was like 12 called Final Fantasy 13 that I found.
No, that's awesome.
So I made a comic book because I used to make a lot of comic books. And look at the cover. Look at the 13. You see it?
I see it.
It's a scythe that Death would use. And it's even has like, it's all fourth wall breaking, but it all has like RPG fights and like, you can't see shit. But anyways, and at the back of this book has my old address and the pizza that my mom ordered, which is pretty funny. It's a large pepperoni with olives and bacon and mushroom. $20, not bad. And yeah, so I made this comic book. As you can see, there is a ninja. Awesome. And I must have been like, I don't know, how old are you when you were in grade like 5?
For I want to say like 11, maybe something like that.
So
like 11
I made
12.
that because when did Final Fantasy 8 come out? 98, 97, 98. So it was whenever that game came out because I was so into Final Fantasy that I made a comic book with my friends called Final Fantasy 13 because it was so far away and I never thought it would happen, right?
Sure.
And so whenever I see the game Final Fantasy 13, I'm like, yee! That's a soft spot in my heart. Well, what happened?
I thought of a new story that's not on the list. I just wanted to mention.
Okay. But yeah, those are the games coming to Xbox Game Pass. What was your story? Tell me. News. I didn't know we were stopped. But go ahead.
I gotta fix that audio so it'll just keep playing for a while.
Keep looping.
Nier Automata is getting a TV show.
Oh, cool. I played the game on Game Pass. I was like, wow, this is not at all what I thought this game was.
It's just a whole bunch of genres of games crammed together. It's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta give it another shot.
So do I. I just need to finish it. I got a little lost in some stuff. I'm like stuck in the spot.
The next news. Hey, Konami. What's that franchise that you have that everyone wants to come back? No, not Contra. No, not Castlevania. No, not Metal Gear. Wow, you have a lot of franchises that are dead. I'm talking about the dead one. That's right. Silent Hill. What's that I hear? Did SilentHill.com expire? So someone on the web bought it, and the only thing available when you go to SilentHill.com is a tweet from Masahiro Ito, which created Pyramid Head, saying, I wish I hadn't designed fucking Pyramid Head. And that's it. If you go to SilentHill.com, that's all you'll see. Konami. What the fuck are you doing? You have like 7 franchises I just named that are like everyone wants. Capcom has Mega Man. We're all like, Mega Man, bring it back. But you have like
really has turned it around.
Mm-hmm. They somehow made Resident Evil good again. They somehow made Mega Man good again. They somehow made that's the only thing I can think of right now.
They've done other stuff that's more of their niche things that we're not aware of. That we're not thinking of. Oh, they just dropped
Street Fighter 6 was announced.
I was gonna say they just dropped a big old wide dude.
You see Ryu's dick in it.
What?
Or so. You get in the trailer, you see a schlong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like through his pants.
High detail.
And people were upset about the logo because it looks like an iPhone badge.
It's funny. Like I've heard all sorts of funny things. Like it looks like a new cryptocurrency icon. Like
yeah, it's really bad. I mean, it's bad. It's like the Resident Evil 6 logo. It's like, is that giraffe? Is that giraffe doing what I think it's doing? Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Capcom, fucking Monster Hunter, duh.
They brought that. They made that.
They've made that. They turned that into one of the best-selling games. Like, that's a no pun, and I guess I will intend it now into a monster game.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. This is Scott. Have a good night. But yeah, so Konami let their SilentHill.com domain expire because they don't care about anything or you. And now someone bought it, and it's funny. So
it is funny.
Hey, this is the big thing that came out, and I've been wanting to talk about this for weeks because we don't know when we're recording. Nintendo had a tiny Nintendo Direct, and I say tiny like cutely because it's pretty big. I didn't even know they were doing this. I just saw that there was one game there that blew my goddamn mind, and I was so happy to see. So, as through this Kotaku website, let's just go through some of the things shown at today's, meaning February, whenever, games that they were announced. So they announced Fire Emblem, the Three Houses. I never heard of Fire Emblem. Oh, I've heard of it, but I've never played any of the games. Did you?
Nope. Oh, yeah, I should use my words.
Talk. Yes.
It's a podcast.
No Man's Sky is coming to Switch.
Somehow. Ooh. I love that headline. No Man's Sky somehow coming to Nintendo Switch.
That's
No Man's
wild.
Sky, man. Just those guys are just out there to prove that.
Please, someone buy our game.
I think that they're proving that maybe you can just make enough money to just you don't always have to make an infinite amount of money. You know what I mean? Like you can get enough money coming in to just be okay. They keep their people that have bought their game happy, and then giving people a new reason to buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's neat.
I tried No Man's Sky. I couldn't get it.
That's not my thing, but they keep updating the hell out of that. Did you hear the story about they got an email from a dad that had an autistic son or daughter or something like that? And Joe Danger on their phone was one of the only things that would kind of calm him down and give him some chill time, the two of them. And the game broke with some iOS updates, and they just fixed it and sent it out for free, and then made sure redid the game to the point that it was available on all platforms.
Oh, wow.
Again, and gave updates so that anybody that had ever bought the game, it would work wherever it was again. Just because one guy sent him an email. They're just winning the gold star of, being the good guys in the gaming industry. Despite Sony putting them in the most impossible position. You know what I mean? That's good for them. I don't know. I just think that's cool. I
know. I like when I hear this.
It's nice because
it's hard.
Well, and we tell ourselves we would be that way if we ever had that opportunity, but we're never going to be in that opportunity, so we won't know, right? But we like to think that we would be that way behind the scenes if we had the chance. It's just neat to see that there are people like that out there. That's all.
And they're not all evil.
No.
Mario Striker returns with Battle League coming June 10. This is a surprise because I know people would ask me Mario Striker. Yeah. I never played it, but I know people loved it. This is the one game that blew my mind. Holy shit. Chrono Cross Remastered is actually happening. And it's wild to hear people talk about Chrono Cross and that and say, what's Chrono Cross? This is like the game that's near and dear to my heart.
I know Chrono Cross. I don't know what you're talking about.
What did I say? Oh, Chrono, because
fucking accent. You European
accent.
You European bastard.
Anyways, so the rumors were true, and I'm going to buy this game. Not at 30, not at 20. I'll buy it at 10. I already have it. I played it twice last year. I'm gonna fucking buy it again. But it does look pretty. If you looked at the screenshots, it's the same. It's actually better than what the Final Fantasy Remaster made.
But see, so some of the screenshots I saw, it looked fine. But I heard backlash the other way, that it looked awful. So we'll see when it actually comes out. Yeah.
I don't know. I played the original so many times.
I think people, you and I have a much lower standard of.
But you can switch between the old version and the new version in the game
people,
on the fly.
Just there's people. It's just
like I'm Mr. Negative when it comes to games, but I'm like I love that feature. So
you're not usually like the graphics like horror though. Like you're for those that are. This is apparently like.
I'm like HD on, HD off, HD on, HD off, HD on.
You're like, just give me the fucking game, please.
Chrono Cross.
You say however you want, man. I'm just teasing.
And I think I'm happy for everyone to re-experience it because they may have missed it the first time. Because it is really a good game, and there's like 50 characters to choose from and 100 endings. And I always play the game, get the same characters, and I always get the same ending because that's the way the strategy guide told me to go. So that's the way I went, and that's the way I remembered.
This is
Wii
big.
Sports
I think this is
getting a sequel on the Switch.
Oh, I think this is sweet.
They had a demo on the register. Like you had to register to try it out, but I was like, I'm gonna do that. And I'm like, oh, I gotta do this.
I forgot about it. Yeah,
yeah. That's cool. Because Wii Sports is fun.
Yeah.
Unless you have Oculus Quest, and then Wii Sports can suck your dick. But it's pretty close to being worse.
Dude, not to jump in real quick, but they have this golf club that you can stick your Oculus Quest.
Oh, right.
Controller onto.
Yeah.
Kevin.
It's stupid, but I want it.
I want it bad.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is coming to the Switch. I haven't played a single one.
Me either, but cool.
I thought this was big, but I didn't hear anyone talk about it. Mother and Earthbound being added to Nintendo Switch Online, which is pretty amazing. Considering I spent freaking $15 on this stupid game on the Wii U and never completed it because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Have you played the Earthbound games? What do you think about them?
Overrated in terms of price to enjoyment.
They're cute. I like them.
Yeah,
I
definitely don't want to play Mother because it's an NES JRPG. Like, no thanks.
I thought Mother was Mother 3 is what everyone wants.
Yeah, and that's not what this is.
Right.
And Earthbound, I mean, it's cute, it's fine. It's very 1990s.
Hard. Jesus Christ.
I don't like playing Earthbound, but I like watching YouTube videos about Earthbound, and I've watched a lot of them.
In the story, but I don't want to do it. But that's cool.
It's cool. Like, keep digging
stuff for Nintendo library. I'm happy with, so do it.
Yep, that's kind of where I'm at. This is cool. I bought this.
This is what's going to make me go back to.
Oh, I didn't buy this. I upgraded my stupid Nintendo Online because of this.
So that's what I was gonna say. So I don't have Nintendo Online anymore, but I might get it back. And I saw this announcement, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm definitely gonna get it." And then I saw their plan, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just wait." So Mario Kart 8 is getting a whole bunch of DLC, which is pretty amazing.
It's like doubling the game almost. I think
there's like 40 courses or something.
48 courses, I think.
And it's like from all previous Mario Kart. So this is basically Mario Kart 8 Ultimate. But they're going to be releasing these tracks like sporadically. It's not like it's till 2023.
It's a slow leak. It's not an entire dump.
No, it's till 2023 or something like that. Which I was like, that's why I didn't want to upgrade. That's why I said, I'm going to upgrade. Then I saw the plan. I'm like, I'm not going to upgrade. I'm going to wait.
You're smart. I impulse bought. Damn it.
So it's going to be part of the.
Oh well, I'll get by on those Sega Genesis games they keep adding.
There we go. No, nothing.
I don't think they've added a single one. Fucking,
yeah.
I hate Nintendo. I mean, I love them. Fucking.
But that's amazing that they're putting new life into Mario Kart 8. I mean, Mario Kart 9 would kind of been a little bit better, but Mario Kart 8 is still a pretty amazing game.
No, you know what? If Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the best Mario Kart of all time. If they just keep pumping life into that, get me back into that, here and there. And for the next system come out with on Mario Kart 9, that they get another decade out of Mario Kart, I'm fine with that. Just let them save Mario Kart 9 for the next console. I'm fine with that.
I mean, now, yeah, but it would have been nice to get a new Mario Kart considering this is for the Wii U, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
It wasn't like the last game.
It's so much better than the Wii U one that it fixed so much crap that it just doesn't even feel like the Wii U game to me.
I know, but
the one item, I don't know. You're absolutely right. It is though.
Portal and Portal 2 are coming to the Switch.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy those just because.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy them.
They're the best.
Fucking dead.
They're just the best.
So, and I was telling Hannah, because remember we played Portal and Portal 2 recently, her and I, but I've been playing it because she doesn't know how to turn on the Xbox. Like it's kind of confusing. I don't blame her because you got to go to like the library and look for Portal or the disc and all that. But I'm like, if I buy this on the Switch, you can like play this by yourself. Like you don't need. There's no swearing. You've already seen it. And I would love to watch you play this on the Switch because it's more user friendly, I find. So that's amazing and very unexpected. We can skip that game.
Oh, you don't want to even bring that up?
Which one?
The
Triangle Strategy?
Oh, yeah, we can skip. It looks like
Fantasy Tactics.
Is that what it is?
No, it looks like
it's a classic Squaresoft JRPG. Okay. It oh well. Alive?
Live a live.
Is that like alive? Kill a kill? Isn't that a thing? And like an
it's like spot a spot. Or dance a little dance.
Oh, okay. Make a little love.
Klonoa, this is cool because this thing's old. Door to Phantom Mile and Klonoa 2, Lunesia's Veil are being released on Switch. These are old games.
I had no idea about this, but people got hyped that I saw. Sweet. So that was neat. And
Kirby in the Forgotten Land is going to have something called mouthful mode. You can eat cards, and it looks amazing. And that's game. That game is one of the games I think I'm going to buy as soon as it comes out. Is Kirby. And I usually don't like. I love Kirby, but like, come on, like, give me some challenge.
They're a little. There's the bumpers and the bowling alley lanes. Do you have that in Canada? Do you guys have normal?
Yeah,
do you have bowling the way we have bowling? Do you have 10 pins? Like, do you ever see the movie Kingpin with?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have that kind of bowling?
Yeah, like just bowling.
Bowling. Okay.
Do your pins have guns? Is that the difference? Ours have healthcare.
No, but then you put like rubber tubes in the gutters so the kids can't get gutter balls.
Yeah.
That's what Kirby feels too much like, right?
Yeah, it's like you can't. It's impossible to die. It's too easy. But this one is an open world game, which again we just said we didn't like. But Kirby, hell yeah, I'll give that a shot. Advance Wars 1 and 2 remakes are coming out, which people are very happy about that. But although they did drop the pixel look, which is kind of shameful, but you know,
I think Splatoon 3 is a big deal.
Is it though? I never played a single Splatoon game.
They're big, and I heard that, especially 2, I heard it was really good. Really? Have you ever gotten into a game where you did the gyro aiming? It feels good. It feels better than a joystick.
Did I ever tell you how Splatoon is my idea?
No.
So, when I had my website, paranerds.com, I created a thing called Top 10 Games I want to see at E3, or, we should see at E3, which basically meant I can make games up. Like, yeah. I remember saying Twisted Metal remake and all that, and that happened. One of the games, because Call of Duty was really big at the time, I said, if you want to be smart, Nintendo, you copy what's popular right now, which is Call of Duty. You can't put a Call of Duty game like, okay, you want to make a first-person shooter with Mario, but you're not going to give Mario a gun. What are you going to give him instead?
Ink.
Paintball. So I said, do a Mario paintball, like call it Mario Paint, and then splat ball. So it looks like Mario Paint, but it's paintball. So you have first-person shooters with all the Mario characters. You see like their hands are different colors, and paintball. First person, just like Call of Duty, deathmatch, team deathmatch, capture the flag, but with paintball. That was always my eureka! That's such a great idea, especially on a Wii.
Oh yeah,
on the screen. And then Splatoon happened, and what do? They're using paint, and I'm like, you fucking
they were readers. They were readers.
Fuckers. I deserve royalty for that. Damn it! And I still think Mario Paintball is a great title.
It is. It's a great title. It's that's because they read your stuff, man. They liked reading 10 out of 10.
Well, I told you I truly believe this. Anything I had wrong with Mario Kart 8, they changed. I was like, I hate the fact that when you press pause, or instead of replay, it should be retry. Flip that around. They did that. I hate the fact that the map's on the screen. It's only on the Wii U gamepad. They added on the screen. So they do. I don't care what anyone says. I know they're listening to me. And speaking of not listening to me, Metroid. Oh God,
Metroid
choking my own rage.
Dread
Is getting DLC. What? I just showed you my posters that I have framed. I can't wait to see what free on top of it DLC it is.
Oh, I remember.
Ready?
I did. Yeah.
It's a new difficulty option called Dread, where you die in one shot.
That's the prediction?
No, that's what it is.
Oh.
That's the DLC. That's an option.
Yeah, that's not.
That's not. You didn't add anything there. You just added an option and took away the hit points. And that's the DLC for Metroid Dread. I'm like, what? I mean, it kind of just farted at the end there, but that's okay. And that, my friend,
cool,
is all the news.
That's it. So, Kevin, what you been playing, man?
I don't remember because my show notes is currently refreshing. Wait, there it goes. I got it. I'm still scrolling down. I beat Ace Attorney for the DS or 3DS, and it took me a super long time because I play that on the can, like I do most of my 3DS games. And I got to the point that, remember how I told you I hate the trek back of like Dark Souls? So Ace Attorney, it's a puzzle game, really. And it's like, you got to, show evidence, and you got to show the evidence. And if objection, if you get it wrong, they will deduct points and you can lose. And if you lose, you got to do the whole chapter again. And I was like, nah, my shits aren't that long. So I was like looking up the answers. I was like, I don't care. Like, I just want to finish this game. And I've come to learn that these kind of games are not for me. I don't like visual novel games. I don't like puzzle games because I'm too stupid and too slow to get through it all. Now, I thought the stories were fun, and I really enjoyed the characters, and the gameplay was interesting as as the more you played, the more stuff they added. But it's not my thing, and I don't know why anyone is attracted to these kind of games. I'm like, I bought the trilogy one, meaning there's 2 more games on this thing that I got to play eventually. And just thinking about that makes me want to put a bullet in my head because I'm like, that's a long. It's a lot of talking, a lot of backtracking, a lot of going here, a lot of looking for this. And even if I know the answer, I got to find the item to give them. It's not my game. I'm glad people enjoy it.
But you saw the credits, so you pushed through.
I saw the credits, and I choose death. So I finished the Ace Attorney game, finally. I also finished Beat Saber. I beat Beat Saber. After I learned the jerk-off motion thing, everything was just like easy peasy, which is great. And I still think that's one of the best VR experiences until I play a little game called Tetris Effect. Now, I don't remember if you said, what is a game that you would show someone to introduce them to video games? And my answer was Tetris. Like, anyone, what's a video game? Fucking here it is. Enjoy. I almost cried like 7 times, and I don't cry at beautiful shit. I cry when I stub my toe and if someone dies, right? Like, that's the 2 times.
Sure.
And not because I'm manly, just because I feel nothing.
Sure.
But when I was playing Tetris Effect, and I was like, this is wonderful. This is the most beautiful experience I have ever experienced with the music, the lights, everything. And I'm playing fucking Tetris. So anytime I tell anyone about Tetris Effect, they're like, oh, in VR, cool. Do you like grab the blocks with your hand? I'm like, no. It's just Tetris. It's just Tetris. There's nothing special about it except for what's around the blocks. The things you are trying to ignore while going, ooh, look at that. Yeah. Is that a whale? Like, it's so beautiful. And I played this, I beat the campaign, and I'm going to go through the expert mode. And I loved it so much that I have the Spotify playlist of just the Tetris music.
Oh, nice.
Not that. No. I'm talking about the one from this game where that woman starts singing and I get goosebumps all over. And there's like the goggles are getting foggy and I'm going, this is beautiful. The way the pieces go. As
I want to say, like, it might have been one year Giant Bomb's Game of the Year.
And I wanted
and
to
they
play
were
this
like, and they were
VR.
like, we're making, we're landing on Tetris. Tetris is our game of the year in 2018 or whatever it was.
And again, this is before, like, I wanted this game without VR because it looked great.
Yeah.
But I've heard on VR, it's completely different.
I've heard that too, and I have not played it on VR. I've only played it on Xbox.
Anyone who gets a VR headset, I'd say get 2 games, Tetris Effect and Resident Evil, which we'll get to in a second. But yeah, I played the multiplayer. I like the multiplayer modes. I like the fact that you can just orbit around the galaxy and you just like fly. I like that it's cross-platform, so if you have it on Switch, we can play together, which is amazing. Cool. And it's fucking Tetris. Nothing has changed with the actual game. It's Tetris. But, well, that's not true. There's like different modes, but it's wonderful. Cool. And I've never felt this way with a game. I'm just like, this is, like, I want to show my mom. I'm like, Mom, put this fucking headset on. Oh, Kevin, I'm scared. No, put it on. And speaking of getting scared with VR, I bought Resident Evil 4. And you, like I, have played Resident Evil 4 a bajillion times, right?
Never played it. Well, that's not true. I've played like the first 15 minutes, maybe. Okay, I turned it on right after playing Tomb Raider and was like, this is too old compared to what I was used to. So, and I've never went back. I've never played. My little brother loves it.
Yeah. Well, it's a game that changed the Resident Evil franchise for a while, and then things got worse again. But everyone knows Resident Evil 4. It's not like...
And then good again.
Like, my favorite version of it was on the Wii, because you had the point and click, right? It was great. And I recently started playing it again, like 2 years ago. Remember, I was playing Resident Evil 4 on the Wii, because I bought it again. It doesn't matter if you don't remember. But I bought it on the Oculus, because I'm like, sure, let me give it a shot. And the scariest thing about this game is I got fucking motion sickness.
Oh no!
I got so sick playing this game because I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
You can't just recover from that, right? You don't take the helmet off and get better. Once you get motion sick, you're sick.
But this is the first time where I'm like, "Am I dying?" Like I'm like, "This is me getting old." Like, so I put the headset on and I was so excited to play this. This is before Tetris Effect. This is the first VR game I actually purchased. Right?
Oh no!
So it's before Tetris Effect and all that. I just put the order differently. So I'm like the options, like, you want to fully immerse yourself? I'm like, motherfucker, I want to stand and like move around. I want to fully immerse. If he sneezes, I want my head to go down. Turn off this vigilant vignette bullshit.
Yeah.
I want shaky camera on when I'm running. I want everything, like everything. So I'm playing a game, and the first like 15 minutes I'm playing, and I'm like, my headset's on. I'm like, oh, it's hot. Like, I'm feeling sweaty, but I thought it was because the headset. I haven't played a game for that long, right? And then I'm playing a game, and you know when you're on a roller coaster, you're like, woo! And then you start feeling sick, and all of a sudden you're just silent, and everyone around you is still cheering, but you're just like, you're not saying anything. You're just looking down, and you're like, I'm gonna throw up.
The PSVR got me a time or two.
So I'm playing that, and then I'm like, all of a sudden the game just stops being fun. And I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I take the headset off, and I'm like, I'm on my phone. And I'm like, I don't want to look at my phone either. And I lie back on the couch, and I turn the fan on, like, towards me, like a fat person, right? And I'm just lying there with the fan on. And my wife goes downstairs, and she's like, you okay? I'm like, Resident Evil made me sick. I'm not feeling good. Like, I felt... And she's like, oh, just lie down, drink some water. I'm like, no, I think I'm going to go to bed. Like, it ruined my night. I was just like, I'm done. So I was very sad about that, because I've never experienced, like, I hear people say, oh, you may experience motion sickness. I'm like, you're fucking weenie. Like, come on, get your shit together. So, yeah, I actually felt super, super sick, and I was super sad, because I'm like, I want to experience the Oculus. Thankfully, there's options in there. So instead of, like, so my problem wasn't, well, it was everything I had immersed. Like, fucking, if he sneezes, I want to everything. I put the vignettes back on, so when you run, it kind of becomes black around the edges. I took, head bobble off, because that's unnecessary. But the biggest thing for me was looking left and right. So in the game, you look left and right with your head. You look left and right. But you also got to turn left or right. So when you do that and your head's looking still, your brain's like, whoa, what the hell's going on? So what I found, because you can teleport in the game where you like flick up and, there's like a little beam and you'll teleport there. And that was impossible to play with. So I'm like, I got to move first person. So what I found was, instead of like smoothly looking left and right, like a camera on a fan, I found it that like moving 30 degrees to the left, like the camera would just switch to the left.
Yeah, 7 had that. There's a VR demo, and you could like almost like
the old Friday the 13th game on NES. Like you look to your
left.
Yeah, right.
You can look at like a different window. Like it's just a different like hard angle to look through.
Right, and that, along with all the other options I have, that really helped me with the motion sickness. I still feel queasy. I can't play more than like an hour. Like I can't because then I start getting hot. I'm like, okay, I gotta take this off before I start like getting sick again. Because my body's not used to that kind of thing. Right?
Sure.
Like, because now I play stationary. Because when I was playing like standing up, I'm like, whoa! Like I look like Godzilla, like walking through a city. Just like I my brain doesn't know how to function with that. But after all that said and done, it's amazing in VR. It's probably the best VR experience I've had. You pull the shotgun from behind you.
Oh, that's rad.
That's you got to actually like cock it. If you look down, you have your knife and grenade there, so you can pull out the knife and throw the grenade. And I always throw like a wimp in the game because I have no idea how to. I'm like, take that, and the flames just go around me. You look to your right, you can pick up the gun. You got to reload the gun by taking out the thing. Putting
cool.
On, clicking. When you're using a sniper rifle, you shoot and you go like that, and then you can look. It's really cool in that setting. I thought I was holding the gun and the knife, so I had like the knife and the gun like this sideways. And I'm like, wait a minute, shotgun, gun. I can have 2 guns in my hand. I don't know why I never thought about this during the game. And you remember? Oh, you never played Resident Evil, but there's like a shooting gallery in the game, like a little fun bonus. And I couldn't kill the targets with a shotgun because I'm just like holding the shotgun like this and shooting. I'm like, oh, you got to use both your hands. So I'm in my living room, like pretending like I'm holding a shotgun and shooting. It's really fun. I'm almost done. I think it's not very long, nor is it very scary. I may have jumped once or twice, but otherwise, like the motion sickness was the most scariest part for me.
Sure.
But I also modded. Well, I didn't really. Modding is such a bad word.
Not as much anymore. At least you're not saying you hacked it, because everything's a fucking hack now.
No, it's definitely not a hack or a mod. I looked it up because it's like, if you do this, you can get banned. I'm like, I don't want my Facebook account to get banned. Everything's tied to it. But there's this thing called Side Quest or Side Launcher or something for the Oculus, and it apparently is legal. So I saw that people online were able to add their own music to Beat Saber. And I want to add my own music to Beat Saber. So what you have to do is downgrade Beat Saber to the old version and then add this patch. And then on the patch, you can download any songs for Beat Saber.
Yeah, my buddy, he had the Vive, and we were playing some awesome fucking songs.
Which made me regret buying the Green Day songs that I did the DLC when now I have no access to them because I can't upgrade it. There's Weird Al, Gorillaz, The Offspring.
Fun. I like a lot of... like really cheesy, like 2010 to 2015, like
Sugar Ray Fly,
like EDM type music, like Deadmau5 or like Skrillex or stuff like that.
And I looked on the website. This is actually from the Beat Saber official website, so they like fully support it.
Yeah,
I don't know how, because it's like
harmonics is kind of cool about like, hey, here's the tools to make your own Guitar Hero tracks. Yeah,
So I thought that was really cool. And I've also installed Doom Launcher, which allows you to play, if you have Doom, which I apparently do, Doom 1, Doom 2, Doom 3, Doom 64, with a whole bunch of skins in first person VR.
Sweet. So
I was playing the first Doom, which I got motion sickness in because it doesn't have that.
Not a surprise.
Because it's all modded. It's a modded community, right? So I played the first Doom, and it's funny seeing the gun because like it's flat at the bottom of the pixels because that's where it would be resting on.
Sure, yeah.
So because you're pointing this pixelated gun around, but you can add textures and different music, so you can actually see a real gun.
Oh, okay.
It's cool that they did this, and it's all legal because you need the real copy of Doom, right?
I thought that they released the source code, so I believe it is.
So it's just a cool way. I played the original Wolfenstein and like the original fucking neon blue color Wolfenstein in VR.
That's rad.
Like, you know how cool that is?
Yeah,
and then
I don't, but I can imagine.
somebody made the first Castlevania game for Nintendo as a first-person shooter.
I've seen that. Either you sent it to me or I've seen
sent
articles
it to you
about it.
because I was like, "This is amazing, right?" So you're walking around with the chain whip, and
Yeah.
it's like the entrance of the first screen of Castlevania when he's in front of the castle. Then you have the candles that you can whip. I also played Duck Hunt with the Zapper in the game.
Hell
that was
yeah.
fun. And I also got my Game Boy thing that's in there, where you're actually holding a Game Boy. And I showed my wife because I have the Chromecast, so I cast it to the TV.
Oh, cool.
And she's like, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen." I'm like, "Right? Isn't that amazing though? Like, I'm playing a Game Boy. You can make the Game Boy big, and you can make it backlight, and you can change the color of the Game Boy itself. Like, it's amazing." And last thing, I added the Virtual Boy to it.
Yes.
And
So
I
cool.
downloaded all 15 games for Virtual Boy. And I plan to play Wario Land because this Wario Land has been the game that's been eating at my head for the last 25 years. And whenever the hell Virtual Boy came out, because it hurts me knowing that it's like how I felt about Sonic CD. I never had a way to play it. It hurts me knowing that there's a good Wario Land game out there that I can't play.
Yeah.
And I'm going to play it on the Quest. And that, my friend, is all the games I've been playing.
Nice. Good. Very cool. I've already talked about a good bit about what I've been playing, Elden Ring, all that kind of stuff. I will say I am getting really excited about the Steam Deck. Reviews are coming out. I'm excited, man. I can't wait to get it.
I don't know if I want it anymore now that I have the Oculus Quest.
Oh, sure. I'm hoping that I get it in the second wave. I'm not sure. I bought mine.
Always buy the second version, the second model.
No, I can't wait. I'm in.
Oh,
I'm buying.
Yep.
I'm Gen 1 on this thing. And yes, definitely, it's gonna have some problems.
Oh yeah.
Whatever. It's not gonna be the first time I bought a Gen 1 thing that it might be awesome. I'm hyped for it. I'm excited. It fits it just fits what I need for PC gaming. Really nice. I've got this awesome library, but I don't want to play my PC games at a PC right now. If I'm going to play on a TV, I want the console experience. Playing in a handheld, I'm really excited about. Keep everybody, please, if you care at all for me, keep your fingers crossed that I get it. I'm one of the Q2 folks. I saw some message board folks say that they ordered theirs on July 16th and they were after Q2 was the warning that they were given, and I bought mine on July 25th, and so I guess maybe I would be after June, which sucks. I thought I was in like the second batch, which means I would be Q2. I don't know. So I thought I was under the impression that I would get mine sometime between April, May, and June this year. It might be sometime between June and the end of the year.
Oh, that sucks.
That is what it is. Oh, I did do a slight mod on my PS5. I did install an external SSD.
Okay.
Or not, I installed an internal one, so I got one of those like Gen 4 NVMe drives that's super fast, so that's cool. Just to be able to have 2 terabytes on top of the 500 gigs that's inside. So
yeah,
it was expensive, and I kind of regret buying it, but like whatever. Yeah, I got it now, so whatever. You recommended for me to play Avengers over a weekend because it was free one weekend.
Yeah, Marvel Avengers. Yep.
Yeah, that was a great recommendation. I didn't do it at that time. I have totally gotten a weekend's worth of enjoyment out of Avengers, and
then you hit a point in the game
like
where you're like, I'm good.
It stops like it really. It stops being a narrative game and turns into a Destiny, and it just loses.
That's where I stopped. Was like, welcome to the purchase store, and I'm like, I don't.
It just like all the air comes out of the balloon, and it
starts off so good.
It started out really strong.
What's her face? The one who stretches.
I didn't like that she was Gumby. I didn't feel, even though she was really powerful, it felt silly and dumb.
Power, right?
Yeah.
In the comics, so.
It could have been cooler. The animation with her just didn't feel strong the way that the Avengers did. Like Thor felt badass and the Hulk felt badass, and she looked silly but was really powerful. It just,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's fair.
She's too cartoony.
Like, it starts off so
good.
Like you're at the Avengers museum, and they don't make an appearance. You're kind of like the fifth Ghostbuster kind of situation.
Yes, I was like, I'm in. I like how they're doing this.
Yeah,
and then it just turns into
falls apart. Right.
So you called it. You were 100% correct.
Yeah,
but it was on Game Pass, so I tried it.
It's like, what happened there? It's like the game just switched.
It's
weird.
Like
you had a good thing going. It's not based on the movies. You're doing your own thing.
No,
it's great.
You're right. So,
and then the second half was a completely different game. They just glued together.
But if you got Game Pass, man, I recommend it for sure. Like,
I had a free trial. It was supposed to be a trial, and I didn't beat it. I just said, "Fuck it, I'm good."
You get enough of it. You get a weekend's worth of fun for sure.
Right.
And I played this after seeing the credits of Spider-Man 5. So I'm like, man, Spider-Man 4 the PS4.
Yeah.
So after I finished that, I'm like, man, Avengers has got no chance because I just leveled up Spider-Man because Spider-Man starts weak. It took me a long time to get into Spider-Man.
Yeah. Did you platinum?
No.
I platinum.
But I leveled up enough and...
I platinum. I did everything 100% in that game. There was nothing else to do. And not only that, I did it twice.
That's impressive.
I did it on super hard mode just recently.
That's insane. But wouldn't you expect then? So you're that used to that combat, right? You think jumping to a mediocre, or the reputation is that Avengers is mediocre, that it's got no chance to be fun for me. And it still was.
Yeah.
It was still like, this is fun. Like, this is badass combat. Like, I feel powerful. I feel like an Avenger. This is rad. And then it just,
Maybe you should get Ultimate Alliance. Maybe that's probably your better cup of tea.
No. Guardians of the Galaxy is coming to Game Pass. Yeah.
That's true.
That's
true.
But I did buy Miles Morales.
Good.
I bought it was on sale, and so for $50, which is like the full price version of it, it was on sale, so it came with the remastered PS4 version. And so all my saves, so Spider-Man for PS4, I got the remastered version and Miles Morales.
So you got 2 games.
So I've got 2 games, and my old stuff carried over to the new stuff.
That's awesome.
So it looks significantly better. It's cool. But Miles Morales, I love that game. I like it more than the first one.
That's interesting.
I need to go back and replay the first one. Maybe just go collect. It just felt better. There were certain things control-wise that...
Oh, they improved a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I just felt better. I just liked Miles Morales more. To the point where I beat it, saw credits, did all that. And now I'm in a second playthrough of it, but this time I ignore the main quest entirely until I check off every new thing I possibly can. And when they're all gray, anything that pops up, once they're all done, then I go to the next main quest bit, and then... plus, also, fuck your uncle at this point, so I already know he's a douchebag, so I'm not rooting for him. He can wait. So I'm going to go collect all my stuff and beat up all the henchmen. And whenever I'm going somewhere, if a crime pops up, I stop and do it, kind of a thing. Swipe to do all the crimes or whatever that as they come up. And I don't think that'll platinum because I'm only doing especially the stealth Spider-Man challenges. I'm just getting a bronze, just getting those over with, just to check that box off. But the one thing I'll say, you know how I've always been give me frame rate, keep your graphics, I'll take the frame rate.
Yeah.
Miles Morales is the first game that for me, it is give me all those pixels, you can keep your frame rate.
It's pretty looking. It's very pretty looking.
And yes. And there's something about just the 30 frames a second versus the 60 that feels so much more cinematic, and it feels like I'm watching a Miles Morales movie, and I'm playing the movie instead of playing a game. As soon as I put on the performance mode, it feels like I'm watching a soap opera. Like, it feels cheap and like a toy. Yeah. And then as soon as I have the fidelity on and it's slower and it has that lower frame rate, it's more cinematic.
Especially if you have the Miles Morales suit from the movie, which cuts the frames.
And that's all I do is I play in Miles Morales from the movie, from the Spider-Verse. That one, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's the only suit that I wear. Whenever whenever the game like gives me a new suit, like because of story wise, and they give me like the yellow one or whatever, it's like, nope, change it right back. Like, I support the message here, but sorry, I'm in the Spider-Verse right now, and sorry you gave me like the cool, like the brand new, like all the gadget ones. Like, nope, I'm doing the Spider-Verse because I love that movie. That was a really cool movie.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm a believer now, and like maybe sometimes I'm not always frame rate. So it's really open.
Aren't you excited for the next Spider-Man game now that you've experienced these two?
Yeah,
Miles Morales was basically like kind of like here's a little something for you guys. Like, it's not a full sequel; it's just kind of like a spin-off.
It's a smaller game.
Yeah,
but maybe Sony, maybe Microsoft, and other studios will.
Because this is Sony exclusive, right? So
yes, and basically by a Sony first-party studio now. Is it Insomniac that did this?
Insomniac.
Maybe it will. It's also sold more units than the first one, than the original Spider-Man. It's outsold it.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
So maybe it's showing that, hey, you don't have to. If you have a really good game, you don't have to start from scratch. If you give a follow-up, smaller, like, experience, we'll buy it and we'll like it and support it. So you can give us a game and then a 1.5. It doesn't have to be a full Uncharted 2 or whatever.
Right. Then, which is what the next Spider-Man is going to be.
Yes. And that's fine. And then we've gotten 2.5 as players, and it feels like 3 games to us, right? But to the studio, hopefully to them, it feels like a little more than just 2 full games resource-wise.
Yeah.
If not, less than 2 games, because they're building on a lot of assets and a lot of skills and all that stuff that they've already learned. I don't know. It's exciting that hopefully it's a cool business model as people like you and me that like single player games, that like cool, crafted experiences that Sony and Nintendo are really, really good at. I don't know.
It just sucks that the fans are shit to them, and they're such a good company.
Who?
The fans of the game. Like, they were so upset.
Who's the good company in that? Sony?
Insomniac.
Oh,
Insomniac.
yeah. Oh, people were...
When the game first came out, people were dicks to them. Like, where's my Spider-Man Raimi costume? Where's my Amazing Spider-Man costume? And people were upset. They're like, where's...
Sure. If that's been silenced when they look at their sales numbers, then. I'm sure that their feelings have been healed.
It's just so, like, rude. Like, what made you think you're entitled to these costumes?
Yeah,
like,
I guess
they
that's
didn't announce anything. And then people were upset about them. Like, where's the Miles Morales costume from Spider-Verse? And they're like, that's Miles's costume. Why would Peter Parker be wearing Miles's costume? Like,
that doesn't make sense.
Right.
And
I'm sure they had this in the back of their mind. They're going to make a Miles Morales sequel. Yeah. But they're like, why would we give... It's like saying we're Batman's
Also, I think I had no idea. I had heard that there was a Miles Morales. I had no idea about him before. Yeah. So the first time I've been exposed to his story was the movie that came out a year or two ago.
Most people were, yeah. Most people
were. In this game, and I really like Miles Morales.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm more interested in him than I am Peter Parker. There's something more relatable about Miles Morales than Peter Parker to me.
Yeah.
It's probably because Peter Parker is just so old school, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, he's just such a traditional character from, like, the 50s, like, the good old boy and his girlfriend or whatever. I don't know, Miles Morales... Huh?
Oh, that's my old Spider-Man 60s cartoon voice. It's good old J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Well, I don't know, like, Miles has a bit more complexity to... It feels like he's got a more normal life or a more realistic.
Well, because now the Peter that we're dealing with is older. He's been around for like 10 years. He's like out of college, you know what I mean? Miles is starting off and he's in high school.
Sure, yeah.
So it's,
I don't know. It's just something... He just seems more normal than Tom fucking Holland, I guess. I don't know. But I really enjoy the game a lot, and I play it in graphics mode over fidelity, or over frame rate, which I can't believe.
That's impressive. So. Very happy for you.
And I thought you, of all people, would enjoy that. I am really digging a...
Spider-Man game? I knew you would. It's fun.
But in fact, I'm on a... New Game Plus, where I don't know what percentage I'm going to land on, but I think it might be 100% when because I will go through, I will complete every little thing on the overall map.
Like I did it the first time with Spider-Man, and then I did it again on New Game Plus on Superior mode, and I did everything again, and I was so upset when I didn't get those trophies. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I just put another 30 hours in this game. Where are my trophies? And I just reloaded and did the last boss fight again, and both trophies appeared. And I was like, oh, thank God.
I did, trophies. What did you just say? Oh, man, I had a thought.
The trophies didn't pop up, and then I had to redo the last boss again.
What did you say right before that? I'm trying to jog my memory.
30 hours into it, upset. I love this so much. New Game Plus, Superior mode.
New Game Plus.
Played it twice.
Yes, thank you. I got it. I took the difficulty up. You'll be proud of me. On the New Game Plus, I went up.
Are you on easy now?
No, I'm on normal.
Instead of baby?
Oh, okay. I'm above baby. All right, so we got a couple,
that's awesome.
So we got a couple of comments from Demez from last episode. Then we'll call it. So, Demez writes in, Kevin, with PS Plus, go and upload all your save data, then buy a new PS3 and download all your saves. The reason is you cannot restore saves from the USB to a different PS3 due to encryption.
Oh, that's dumb.
Only possible using a PS Plus cloud saves. In addition, I would not recommend getting a new disk drive for a super slim PS3. They're basically impossible for noobs to take apart and put together.
Motherfucker, what kind of noob do you think I'll do with my... I won't do it.
Yep. Fun fact, poisonous versus venom.
Venom,
we eat poison. Venom eats you.
Yeah.
So there is no poisonous snakes. There are venomous snakes.
Yep, that's true.
The symbiote Black Suit first appeared in the Secret Wars limited series, invented by an alien invention machine for Spider-Man that could invent anything you want. Peter was in full color of black suit for the series and did not know it was an alien.
Yep.
Later in the Web of Spider-Man #1, the suit starts to become sentient and take over Peter, and is the venomous beginnings. Try to read the Web of... Okay, yeah. That seems like you know all this stuff.
Yeah, it's the symbiote's origin stories from the comics.
Okay. Resident Evil 4 on the Quest does not have PS2 graphics. They totally rebuilt the game with high-res textures, and it's a full HD game, and it's amazing.
They did. To that point, I don't know if I mentioned this because I've told this story so many times. In Resident Evil 4, you're with Ashley. You remember Ashley, right? Doesn't matter. She's the girl in the game. When the guy who goes, "What are you buying?" and he opens up his cloak, you can like touch his face and like, touch his cloak and all that. But Ashley, because the game developers know us, your hands disappear the minute it gets close to her. Because you're going to be grabby, right? So anytime she's in front of you and you go to grab her, your hands just completely disappear. And if you stare at her for too long, she'll move. And I've tried all these things because I'm a pervert, but just thought that was funny. And yes, the graphics
Thank you for testing that out for us. You're doing the Lord's work there. Scott, about the Binding of Isaac, you ain't seen nothing yet. The whole book of the game of why we kept playing is as you beat all the various bosses and the bosses in the game. So there's a bunch of them. Each time you do with a new character, it will unlock a new powerful item. And right now, all the most powerful and unique and crazy items in the game are not available to you yet.
Yeah, you haven't got the laser beam.
So the more you beat the game... I've gotten a laser beam.
Oh, did you? Okay. There's like 4 other ones.
The more you beat the game, more... I've gotten a lot of cool stuff. I just haven't been able to beat Mom yet. But I've also fallen off on that a lot recently. I'm
playing the tainted characters now. I beat all the main characters. Just saying, because I'm not following. I'm not on Twitter.
This is what you get for taking 2 months off the podcast. I have a whole lot of comments to catch up on. I'm laughing. The single biggest control issue with the Spider-Man on the PlayStation is when you were sitting on the perch, you are not allowed to do a charged jump launch into the air. It drives me nuts. I press the R2 to charge, and it won't, and then jumps off a little bit. And then if you're unlucky, you land on the same person or a different perch. Some stuff is a little clunky.
Yeah.
You're a little Velcro-y to stuff. But I bet that if I were to put myself in their shoes and they were like, well, if we didn't do this, this is what would be happening.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you made the right choice. Like, but since I don't have the other side, it still pisses me off. A few of my long comments. He uses speak to text. So that's part of the wonkiness with his stuff as well. And my Google speak to text, I mumble too much and it fucking does stuff wrong all the time.
Speak to text ever.
I do it too much. Alrighty. Well, Kevin, that's going to be it for the show. We're almost at 2 hours. So sorry, everybody. Thank you if you're still here. Love you. It's going to be it for the show. So I want to thank you very much for listening. I want to shout out Cubby and Ben Landis for letting us use their music for intro and outro music. We have Amazon affiliate links if you want to support the show. Our social media handle is ClassicL337 at all the social media handles. Our podcast audio is available at any podcast catcher of your choice. Anywhere you want us, you can get us. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you next time for episode 353.
Bye-bye. Bye.